in the PM, and it's usually Transformational Thursday, where we aspire to inspire. But do you know what? Murphy's Law, man. Yeah. If it'll go south, it'll go south completely. But that said, when we were talking about music, Mary, and we were talking about in terms of culture, when you think about, there's this song, the one that they use, they call him Kasongo. Yeah? Mm-hmm. You know the Kasongo song?
I know the Kasongo song.
Right. Did it... Okay, you're probably a different generation. But where do you think Gen Z got it from? In terms of, let's use that in reference to mimicking, describing, or mocking the head of state.
I think it's the meaning of the song. Does Kasongo mean liar?
Is that a rhetorical question? I have no idea, because I know the song, but it's a Central African song, ne?
Yes, it's
a Congolese song. But then why didn't they pick a Kenyan song? There's many songs that from Kenya's history. I mean, even people write songs today where there's a word. What's Mwango?
Yes, Mwango.
So why did they pick that one?
It depends on how the media has popularized the song. I think it's been made very popular by the media. And I don't know how. That's a very good question, because I don't know how they're able to resonate.
Which media? Not mainstream media. Because unless obviously you're listening to, like I said, if you're going to listen to Papa Wemba, Franco, TPOK Jazz.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then even here we've got Wenga Muzika. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Maroon Commandos.
Yes.
Those ones, we still play them, but mocking and mimicking, that comes from social media.
It comes from somewhere.
You know what I mean? But how, in your mind's eye, it's not an exam question, do you think Gen Z decided we're going to go to Kasongo? In my mind, it's because that's the kind of song that would resonate with the leadership. When they were in the boogie, when they were doing the thing, that is what they were listening to. You see what I mean?
Yes.
Gen Z have no clue where they slept. This song, maybe somebody said, hey, this guy is a Rick of Isaac. And Isaac, when he was dancing and when he was doing his boogie, this is what he listens to.
Yes.
Press play. I'm on Naja.
That's something to think about. I've never thought about it. I only think about the meaning of the song. I know I've floated that question to someone. What's the meaning of the song? Why are people using this song to mock our leadership?
Yeah.
And I was told, I don't know whether it's true. I was told Kasongo means liar. I don't know whether that's really true.
Very good.
But what you're saying makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, then they should have picked a Kenyan song.
Yeah.
Because that guy is talking about, in the song, probably they talk about somebody who's lied to his partner. You know what I mean?
It looks like there's science behind this.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that said, what resonates? So we're talking about music and musical history. Because when you go back to Kenya's musical history and you go back to the other day I saw a member of Them Mushrooms. Do you remember them Mushrooms?
I loved them.
Yeah. One of the Teddy, I think, actually passed on. Yeah. And then, so there's been an evolution in Kenyan sound. There's pre-independence, there's the post-independence era. And then, you know what, people will probably resonate with the Eric Wainainas and the Five Alives. And then now we've gone all the way to the Sauti Souls. The Sauti Souls have now come and gone.
Yes.
Now we've got a new school. Where in Kenya's musical safari history do you fall in? I ask that because in studio today to talk to us about a play that is titled, it's called Africa Twist, right?
Yep.
A soundtrack of Kenya's independence. We have two of the cast in studio, right? We've got Boke Maria and indeed Michael Mwangi are in studio. Welcome, guys, to Transformational Thursday.
Thank you.
You were supposed to be with one Tabu Susa, right? So before we talk about the play, tell us about how is Tabu Susa involved in this play, by the way? Ladies first.
Of course.
Maria?
Tabu Susa, he's not only involved in this play, he's more of the founder. Like, you know, when you're building a house and you're laying down the stones, he's the line that you draw. You know, they came up with this idea, and they decided to bring it to life, you know, because the 60s was a beautiful time, and they decided, you know what, why can we not show this generation what that time was like, how beautiful it was. And every single time we step out to like do something, and he's sitting there and he's watching, you can actually feel him enough to know if you're doing something wrong or you're doing it right. He's not a part of it. He is it.
Wow. Now, when we talk about Thabo Susa, Michael, for the uninitiated, tell us a little bit about the history of this particular cat in terms of music. I know that he's one of the Kenya's foremost producers. Just, I don't want him to sound like he's very Jurassic, but we're talking about 70s, 80s. Thabo Susa was basically, there was a Caliph Records of the 90s. I don't know who's the big producers these days, but you know, this guy, for the uninitiated, a musical journey of Thabo Susa, would you know?
For the most part that I've interacted with Thabo, I know him as such a genius when it comes to the origins of Kenyan music, and the roots of where our music comes from.
All right.
I know him as our producer at African Twist. That's the most I know about him.
Now, through this journey, so there's him, and then there's also Paul Kalemba. You know Paul Kalemba?
Yeah. I've heard of Paul Kalemba.
Wow. Mado.
Oh, Mado. Yes.
No. You can't say that with an accent. Not Mado.
Oh, Mado.
No. It's Mado. Okay. So how is Paul involved in this as well?
Paul is the writer of the play African Twist.
So it's funny. It's for comedy.
I wouldn't say that. I would say that this is a step back into what it was like to be the likes of Fadhili William, the likes of Fundi Konde, the likes of Daudi Kabaka. It's a step back into time and reimagining what these guys were in their early 20s. Because right now, as youth, when you talk to a 22-year-old and tell them Daudi Kabaka, the first picture that comes into their mind is this old dude in a suit with grey hair. That's the only picture they have of Daudi Kabaka. But in reality, these were once young kids with dreams in music, and they did actually accomplish those dreams, and that is what you're trying to reimagine. And as we appreciate their input into our music.
All right. So before we talk about the synopsis of the play, it's a musical or play, guys?
It's a play with lots of music.
Play with music, yeah. It's not a musical.
It's a musical.
That distinction was made from day one.
Right. Ask the question. What's the difference between a musical and a play with lots of music?
Well,
I know what a musical is, but they can explain in some expert terms.
Well, with musicals, if I was to approach you, Kwach, and be like, "Hey, how are you?"
Yes.
I wouldn't say how are you. I'll be like, "How are you?" That's a musical throughout the entire play. But with a play with music, it's I speak and then there's a break where we sing.
Hold on.
There we go.
Hold on, Mr. Mwangi. Just hold on. You explained that in the short.
All right.
10 seconds. Good one. You drew that picture quick, fast. Remember we were talking about IQ early on? There.
He's there. Is that kisses massage there?
We missed something, didn't we?
That's an inside one.
Good job. So guys, okay, so when you say that they were talking about when you talk to a young person, Daudi Kabaka, then it's an old grey dude. I'm wondering if he's still around. With and you don't relate to the music.
Yeah, exactly.
Going back, your musical memories start with what your folks were listening to.
Exactly.
What are you guys? Your end result? Who are you guys? Who are your folks listening to when you were kids? The youths. Tupac.
Which generation is your parent?
Yes.
Mine is Gen X. Are they the ones before millennials?
Yes.
Yeah. Gen X.
So what they listen to? Eric Wainaina, Papa Wemba?
Personally, I came from a very religious family.
Okay.
So it's mostly Catholic music playing.
Muungano National Choir.
Exactly. St. Peter's Basilica, Tanzania.
Bas.
Wow.
Unaona. Did you and hey, Boke, you had to see a good one. Where and you?
I wouldn't say there's a particular genre of music they would listen to, but I remember hearing a lot of Roomba. Like so much of it at some point. Not at this point, it became a bit intoxicating. Like as a child I kept wondering why. But when I grew up, I finally came to feel the beauty of it. Like it's such beautiful melody, you can just flow with it. And it got me thinking, how many things do we miss along the way, And even doing this project with all of these songs involved, I keep learning every day. I learn something new, and every melody, every rhythm, it just takes me back, And I get to re-experience a moment that I didn't even know I was experiencing in the first place.
I love it. So both of you now, you guys appreciate and Roomba more?
Yeah.
A lot more.
Yes.
A lot more.
Do you think that appreciation has something to do with you wanting to go back to your childhood? It's about the memories. Is it about the memories or the music?
I feel like it's about the music. It's when you have something and you don't know what you have, and then you have it again and you realize it's weight, Because Roomba music, it's not just about the tunes. It's also, there's always a story behind it. There's always something more to get from it other than the dancing it's just, I don't know if I should say it's magical. But yes.
Good one. So would you guys go to a Roomba Club?
Right now, definitely.
Okay.
Especially if they're playing Daudi Kabaka.
Yes.
I'll be on the floor twisting my ankles, man.
When are you?
Does Daudi Kabaka fall under Roomba?
Benga, Roomba.
Yeah, I'd say more Benga. Yeah. Because
sasa wewe umekuja kuangusha sufuria.
I don't know why. Okay, I thought it's just Kenyan African, but I wouldn't put it under. But it's okay.
So speak of which, did you ever go to Deep West?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I used to live next to Deep West. So, I was a regular.
Wewe ulikuwa jirani.
But my love for Roomba came growing up. I can't remember listening to Roomba. I used to listen to Martins a lot.
Okay.
Yes. But Roomba, no. I started listening to Roomba when I actually moved to Nairobi.
Hold on, kina Franco nani you
kabisa zero.
Hata siku hizi kina Station Japan nini?
Nowadays
Roomba Japan nini?
I've come to discover the music on my own. But as a child, growing up,
So how? Spotify?
And I'm a Gen X, imagine.
Hold on, Spotify ama Nairobi West?
Nairobi West.
You turogea kiwase.
Kando.
All right, so okay, so listen, tell us about the play then, Boke.
The play, it's a incorporation of music, obviously, and the lives of people back then. Because when you say it's mainly about the main characters, as he was pointing out, you'd be lying. As I am on the stage, I'm reading my lines, I'm feeling every bit of it because I never got to experience it myself. But through the play, you get to have a feel of what the 60s were like.
Right.
The music, it's a feeling. It's not even a time.
Yeah.
Because the music itself, it's different. And some people, like Sauti Sol, as you mentioned, they've actually borrowed some things from the music from that time, and people don't know because they don't listen to that music.
Yes.
And it's...
Even the way they dress, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad for people to not know what that time was like. It's like people were caged somewhere, and now come a time when you're free. There was even some songs that weren't allowed to be played on radio because they were offensive to the colonial government and stuff.
Yeah.
And they finally have the freedom to express themselves how they feel. They finally feel that freedom. They don't see what's ahead yet. Like, they don't feel any collapse coming. They just have that moment.
Okay.
And when you get to experience that particular moment in time, you start to have a wider view of life. Your perception kind of shifts. I feel like we've only been doing this for 4 weeks? 5, 6?
Probably.
What's that? Rehearsing?
Yeah.
Yes, but I already feel that time. And I would only imagine what someone sitting in the audience would feel like without knowing what it took, like the preparation, everything, just the feel itself of everything completely ready and presented to them. Oh, they would love it.
Do you know, they, by the way, Mary, you see, like now, the younger generation now,
yes,
talk about the freedoms, that they want and they have. I talk about freedom. I think about freedom restrictions. Because what Boke is talking about, remember we used to be able to smoke on aircraft, on planes.
Yes, cool kid. Okay.
Or because I used to climb aircraft. Don't worry, by the way. Don't worry. At upper office. You know what I mean? Yeah. I feel that we are more restrictive now than we were back then.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
And so with Boke saying that, Michael, tell us the synopsis of the play itself. So it's based in a place called Roomba Club.
Exactly. So it's Roomba Club, and loosely we have our focus on one of the first bands in Kenya called the Equator Sound Band, founded by a guy from England called Warrod Charles. So
this is a true story.
Not per se, we just have characters that existed then.
Okay.
So we've mostly fictionalized the scenarios and the
stories.
So it's
1960.
Exactly, it's 1960. And we have these four amazing artists back then. Daudi Kabaka, Fundi Konde, Grant Charo, and Fadhili William.
Bas.
Exactly. So we have them, and we are the story is basically these are four wonderful artists trying to navigate their way through the music scene back then. And we have drama, and we have romance, and the powerful leadership involved, and all that. And what we're trying to do is what was this with all the hurdles back then, and people trying to get some money to buy some houses in Shauri Moyo, Mwangi, or Kaloleni. What was the process as artists for these four youngings back then, up until independence, and just a little bit after independence. So the play is mostly about that. Yeah. So we are looking at songs from back then. There'll be music in the play. There'll be lots of dancing. Right. It's an amazing experience.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm curious to know what's your demography? Who's your audience?
Our audience is pretty much anyone who's heard of these people and anyone who hasn't. Because as much as we want to remember them, which is for the people who know these people, who know of their music, we also want to appreciate them. And this is for the people of my generation who don't really know much about them.
The reason why I've asked that is because my interaction with this Gen Z is that they're very resistant to history. They're trying to rewrite history. They're trying to dig more into history. They're not very receptive. I'm wondering, are they very open to walking through this history with you?
I wouldn't say they are open, because I'm a Gen Z myself.
Yes.
And I'll tell you, in all honesty, even before this, this music was foreign to me. Yeah. But unlike most of people my age, I am interested in learning about, where we come from musically. All right. So I didn't really know that we had Daudi Kabaka who interacted with Felis. I thought these were legends in their own. There's no place in my head that I thought, there's a time that these people interacted, right? So I feel like up until they see, and such things, they have to start from somewhere. Yeah. While it may be true that our generation is quite resistant to history, it all starts from somewhere. They have to be shown, because there's no point in time where such a show has been put up where we will be celebrating.
Which is true, because I'm listening to this.
Yeah.
When somebody comes to watch this, it's also a history lesson. You learn something.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. A lot. You learn a lot.
Very nice. So, who do you play?
I play Fundi Konde.
Good one. And Boke?
Malkia.
Okay, and who's Malkia?
Malkia is, she's the romantic interest.
I wanted to say that. Okay.
She's a love interest to two men.
Right.
And one of them is Fadhili. Yeah.
Okay. And now, do you guys have musical background?
We have live music. So there's live music inside the play.
No. No, as in you, Michael, because I'm assuming you're singing.
Oh, yes, we are.
Okay.
And yes, I do have musical background.
Okay, tell us about that story. So, because, and this is interesting. Sorry to cut you off. Because you see Mary there. Yeah, in primary school. Yeah. She pandered the stage 2-3 times, then she gave up the ghost. She said, not anymore. So maybe it's traumatizing. This might be therapeutic for her. Indeed. Yeah.
I'm a singer-songwriter.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and I'm also a composer, for lack of a better word. I train choirs.
Oh man.
Yes. So as I said earlier, but my family is mostly very religious, so I grew up around a lot of choirs in church. Yes. So I did all of that. Yes.
So you also sang in the choir. You know, a lot.
Okay, you started this in school.
Yes.
How far is it? Primary school?
Primary school. I think 2008. That was when I discovered there's choirs and people sing.
Right.
Okay, let me go sing as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what you studied, music.
Yes, I studied music in high school, and then I went on to university and did a bachelor's degree in film and theatre arts.
Oh, good one.
Oh.
Yes.
Where is that?
Kenyatta University.
I thought so. And then so now, obviously, producer. We're talking about lights, camera, action.
Exactly.
But in terms of the music aspect, is it just now on stage, or you also produce music for various?
I am mostly a performing artist. I haven't put out much of recorded stuff, so I'm mostly performing live music.
Oh, really?
Yes. So most of what I've done is on theatre or on stage, contemporary stage, in clubs and events.
I like that contemporary stage as well.
Yes.
So where can one find you?
On IG, it's Michael Mwangi. In all spaces, Facebook, it's Michael Mwangi. I'll be there.
Okay, and then you have obviously, playing Maria. No? Miriam. Who are you playing in the play? Malkia.
Yeah. Queen.
The Queen. Okay. You're a poet. You're a writer. And you're a lover of quirky socks.
Tell us about that.
Yes. Why socks?
Why not socks?
No, I mean, where did the love of socks come from?
Why do people love anything?
No. That would open Pandora's box, because if I told you I love underwear.
No, that's
you see,
different.
No, you open that door, you said
Yeah, it's open now. Better close it.
Miriam namna gani?
True. Tell us what's your relationship with socks?
My relationship with socks, I promise, is very normal.
Yeah.
You just put in something fun, because, well, I love quirky socks.
Okay.
This is all I have to say.
Okay, so how many pairs you got?
Yes.
Many, yeah. Do you knit?
Do I knit? No.
You don't knit the socks?
No, but I would love to learn, actually.
All right.
I'll add that to my to-do list.
Yeah?
Yes.
So what about your musical journey? Your Boke, where does that start from? I'm assuming you sing as well in this production.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
I don't sing in the production.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't sing in the production. But I do write. I write music. And the reason I don't have anything out yet is because I believe there's a time for everything. There's a time to, as a person with multiple abilities, you can't do everything at once. You have to prioritize something, and then you have to do it first, and then you do something else. With music, you have to get into music with a singular mind.
Wow.
You have to focus on what you're doing, what's at hand, who are you trying to reach out to. There's so many things to look at that it actually needs you to sit down and analyze. So that's the reason I don't have music out. But I've been told, well, I don't know if it's a lie, but I started talking before I started walking. Is that normal? I was humming stuff before I started
no. Just pause. We were this is amazing. Earlier on we were saying ati wazee wahenga used to say ati ujinga nini?
Unataka nirudie tena?
Yes,
they used to say when mjinga kama mama yako. They used to say that you pick your brains from your mother.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. So is your mom very clever?
Yes, she is.
There, you see there now.
So you support that science?
I don't support people saying you're stupid as your mother.
No, not that. Forget about that. We're talking about where you get your brains from, or your abilities.
I feel like it's not completely true, but it's also not completely false, because sometimes I sit and I say, that's something my dad would say, or that's something my mom. It's just the chances.
Need a balance.
There's a balance.
So you started talking before you could walk.
Apparently, I did.
But then you see now, by sitting here. By the way, you've got to live stream this. This is spicefm.co.ke. One comment. I said this about you, Mary, as well. Yeah. you engage the gear before you open your mouth. Yeah. You see, you're one of those people, unlike, you see someone like Oscar.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
You see, he talks.
Then
and then the gear. Yeah. Then the gear later. It's like, oh my God, maybe I said something daft, but imeenda. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? So, but you're also a comedian as well.
Oh, yes, I do stand-up comedy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite comedian?
Trevor Noah.
Okay. Watched any of his shows?
Yes, I have watched a couple of his shows.
Live. Yani, you say, Mia, how?
Live?
Yes.
No, I mostly watch them on Netflix, on YouTube.
Okay, so Dave Chappelle was here the other day.
Oh, he was?
That was last year, ne?
Yeah, it was last year.
Yeah. And I thought because you're in the circuit, you went to go and watch him, no?
I did not.
Yeah? Okay, now, guys, we want to talk about when the play is. When it goes on. Is it curtains up yet?
Not yet.
Yeah?
Yeah, not yet.
So, because we are getting into the news.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that. And then some of the songs that we can expect to hear over the course of this run of the play. Yeah. So we're going to talk about that when we get back. So the play, one more time, is called
African Twist.
And if one wants to get tickets, how do we purchase them?
Visit on IG, our Lyons Francais page. The tickets are up and the links are on their bio.
Okay. Tickets up and the links are on their bio.
Links are on. It's completely free of charge, RSVP, and you'll get your way into the auditorium for the show.
All right.
Yep.
And we're going to be talking about that show when we get back after the news, which is on the way next.
Yeah.
It's Jermaine Stewart with Every Woman Wants To. Speaking of taking you back in time, it's called African Twist. Okay, it's a soundtrack of Kenya's independence. Now, we talk about the Fadili Williams, the Daudi Kabakas, the Fundi Kondes of this world. All right, and look, me coming from that generation where we grew up, yani as children, it was all about the Jacksons, ABBA, and Boney M.
Yes.
Kama ni hao wasanii ambao wanatoka majuu. And you know what, like Michael, who, is grew up in the church, it's all about choirs. It was the Mungano National Choir and St. Stephen's Choir. The albums were in the house to death. And then when we talk about the Roomba and the locals, we talk about the Leswanikas, indeed, these Daudi Kabakas. And I remember there was a Ochieng Kabasela, unajua hawa?
Apana.
You have
I
no
need to revisit my history with music. I'm doing poorly. When you say Boney M, I'm like, tick.
They're Nike. Franco, TPOK Jazz.
I'm learning them now.
Hey, you need to go and watch this production. It is a production and in studio. Okay, it's in studio. It's called African Twist, the soundtrack of Kenya's independence. And in studio, we do have Michael and Boke. These guys, Michael, you said Daudi Kabaka, ne?
Fundi
Konde.
Yes.
And Boke, you play?
Malkia.
Just think the queen, Malkia. All right. Now, once again, what is the synopsis of the play again, guys?
The play is about the Equator Sounds Band, comprising of Fadili Williams, Fundi Konde, Daudi Kabaka, and Grant Charo.
Right.
It's basically set in the 1960s and telling the story of how it was for this young emerging artist, navigating their way through the scenes of Nairobi, pre-independence, and trying to, they're young, trying to fall in love, trying not to fall for, corruption and all that was going on back then.
Yes.
So it's basically taking us back to how it was trying to make it in music back then. And remember, these are people from different places, Western Kenya, some are from the coast, most of them are from the coast. So it's also a look into how those cultures came to be together and produce such amazing music that was so beloved back then, especially in this capital, in Nairobi. So it's so interesting.
You know, you've use the word amazing, and you've you literally read my mind, because I was going to ask you. Now, Boke, you've listened to you've immersed yourself in this production. The music then and now, compare and contrast. So I'm talking about, for example, who's your favorite Sauti Sol artist, Mary?
Oh, Bien.
Bien, eh? Okay, who's your second? Because I want you to go somewhere. I'm going to tell this story. Pass.
I knew you wanted me to say
Yeah.
Wow.
So now, Mary, Chimano, ne?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay? Eh? Chimano, yeah. Okay? And then, Roomba, Fali Pupa. Chimano, Fali. Because of why? And be gentle, because your microphone is live. As you think about that one, Boke, I'm asking you the same question. But Chimano, Fali. Michael, Chimano, Fali. Am I making things hard for you guys?
Very.
Bien, Fali. Is it easier? Yeah. Remember, talk about Roomba, man. Yeah. Is how? We're still confused. We don't know. The three of you do not have an answer for that one. Okay.
It's
Sour too. But you see, but now what I'm trying to has that listening to that music that from then, and you said, you know what, it was amazing. That's the word you used, Mike. And the music today, obviously, we're not talking about production quality. Clearly, that's changed. But in terms of the musicality in the music,
Yes.
what do you think? Now that you guys are basically immersed in, music from 3 generations ago.
I'll be very honest with this one.
Yeah.
Music has lost something over the years.
Just wait. You deserve a round of applause for that. Good job. Yes.
That's generally what I feel. It's lost a touch. It's lost not musicality per se, but leaning on to meaning. Music used to serve as medicine, used to serve as something to heal you. You go out, you have a squabble with the superiors. You come to a club, you're drinking the Tusker.
And
you're listening to this music and you're just twisting to it and you just forget your worries for a second and you're immersed in that moment.
Yes.
These days, you can listen to music and it depresses you instead of making you happy.
Wow, that's true.
And people say, oh, music has evolved. Man, I'm not allowed to curse, am I? I'm just saying. Music has lost something over the years. And if I go deeper, I wouldn't want someone who wanted to come to change their mind. But that's personally me. That's what I feel. I feel like there's a weight that music had in the past that's just become lighter.
Right.
But I have a comment to that.
Yes.
Music is a mirror of what is happening in the society.
Yes.
So are you refusing to accept the reality right now? Because, for example, Kenyan music is always glorifying pombe, you know, and wanawake. Yeah. That is 100% reflection of what is happening right now. At that time, they were singing about the struggles that they were going through.
Yes.
So for whatever reason, you can connect to that. That's what I was asking. That's why I was asking, are you trying to connect to your childhood or to your parents' stories? And that's why you're stuck on that. Because music is 100% reflection of what is happening today in the society.
It is.
If it's depressing, it means that the society is actually depressed.
But you also understand something else about music is it's a tool for so many things. Music can create an atmosphere. How about you're running, right? You're running and this song, this is the end. You know that song, that slow tune, it starts playing while you're sprinting. Are you going to go faster or are you going to go slower?
Again,
you're going to go slower.
Yes,
because it sets a certain atmosphere to whatever it is you're experiencing, what you're feeling. Personally, when I wake up, I don't say, oh, this day is going to suck. I just go, oh, it's going to be another beautiful day. There's a saying that goes, as within, so without. If music continues to, let's say, you've said we're depressing, like the times are depressing. But if music also portrays that depression, where are we escaping to?
So are you looking for an alternative reality? Are you looking for something, an escape?
Not
are you using music to
necessarily.
escape from the reality?
Yes and no, because if you had a long day and you come back home and maybe your significant other, they're yelling, they're not being welcoming, your day continues to become depressing and it becomes a loop. I'm not saying that music should be an escape. I'm saying that music could be an escape, but people use it, how do I say this? To make the loop continue, basically. Because what I hear on the radio, like you can hear a 9-year-old child singing about alcohol and they're so hyped and they're dancing to it and the parent is encouraging it. I'm not calling out any parents or anything. I'm just saying, if you do this, you're telling them this is the way, this is what is right, this is what you should continue to do. You're not purposely setting it to your brain, telling yourself that this is not right, this is not what I want. How can I change this? What can I do? How can this be different? We're just continuously in this loop of, oh, it's getting worse, everything is so bad, and it doesn't make anything better.
Right.
I do have a question for Kwach. In the 90s, I grew up in the 90s. That was the
hold
age
on,
of,
just hold on. You're asking me the question. Now we're getting into our.
I'm going somewhere. I'll follow me. Walk with me. So that was the age of sexual liberation.
Oh yes.
You know, most of the songs were focused around sex.
I wanna sex you up.
Let's talk about sex, baby. You know.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, somehow I wasn't able to interpret those songs.
Exactly. Yes.
What you're talking about right now, is it reality that the kids are out there singing about pombe, about wanawake and booty, and all that? Do you think they can actually process that information? That was a question for you.
Yeah. No, but when you talk about because the song that immediately comes to me, it comes to mind. Kumbe ni under 18.
Yes.
Alafu nilimchapa viboko 18.
Yes.
And then if you listen, obviously, because my mom, God bless her heart, she's that era of Kina Fadili Williams. Are we together? Like I said, we had all the albums. But, if I played for her Major, because anytime Major does anything, you know who Major is, of course.
Yes, I know.
It's sex.
True.
But she won't click. But also that says that they talk about, you can play it on radio. And it doesn't need to be edited.
True.
Right, Jeff? Yes, those songs don't need to be edited. But if I play you Tupac, there'll be beeps all over the way. Do you see what I mean?
Yes.
These days, they find a way to talk about sex and not mention. Yani they paint. Thank you. That's what. They're not explicit, but they paint the picture. I've answered your question, man?
You have.
Okay. And now, considering what Boke has said and what Mary has asked, that the music has lost the meaning. You're a producer. Is now that and you've immersed yourself in the role of Fadili. You basically become him. Does that give you new impetus, Yani, to now change the musical direction of this here society? Ama, that's too big of a mission. You're like, nah, let Kina, you kick that can down the street and let Kina BN do what they need to do.
I'll tell you what. I'm playing Fundi Konde.
Yes.
And in the show,
Fundi Konde.
Yeah, it's Fundi Konde. In the show, there is live music, and there's a song that we are performing, which of course we'll get to mention later. And because I've done covers, I've done Sauti Sol covers, I've done live Sauti Sol covers, but while doing this particular song, you get to feel what you don't really feel while performing Sauti Sol and Isabella.
You see, and if you're not live streaming this, Boke is nodding her head vigorously in support of what, Michael, you've said. But you see, but that said, now when you're performing, have you now started including these Fadilis, Fundi Kondes, these Daudi Kabaka songs in your set, or to freshen them up for a new audience?
This is a fairly new experience to me.
Okay.
I'll say that. It's a fairly new experience to me. It's my first experience in 1960s music.
Right.
It's my first experience with, Harambe tuimbe pamoja, which was like, you are today's, Isabella, we wanna do tonight. Back then, Harambe was a thing, popular. And to experience that and try and wrap your mind around, this is a song about Harambe, a song about liberating your country.
Who's that by?
That's Daudi Kabaka.
Harambe, Tuwimbe, Pamoja. Good one. Yeah, let's get that one.
To try wrap your mind around that and now come back to today, where our generation, what hits is
Leo
niko down, nimekuja kutota lewa. And try to when you, because I get what you're trying to, your main ask is, how then do you take Fundi Konde's and Daudi Kabaka's Harambe and that atmosphere and keep it moving to today?
Yes.
But try to think about the distance between Harambe and nimekuja kulewa. This gap has to be filled in step by step. This leap is too big for it to make any difference.
So it's gone?
It's not really gone. It will need an immense amount of effort. But and it starts with me.
Thank you.
Yes, exactly.
Michael, you got the talent, dude.
Yes, it starts with me. Right? So even as I contemplate on starting that journey, God help me not to get exhausted with how overwhelming it may be. Seeing that lewa.
But clearly you've thought about it.
Plenty.
Okay, obviously because it's a business.
Yes.
You're a business person.
Yeah.
You need. But think about it in terms of maybe not for commercial gain, but for posterity. Yeah,
if you speak about posterity, then it should be doable completely. It should be doable completely because if you think about the generation that's listening to music right now, put Harambe kwa sherehe, people will leave the club immediately, right? So if it's for me to share with my peers, I'll do it.
It's interesting you say that. Okay, so Boke, do you go to the club?
No.
I thought so. Mike, do you go to the club?
I used to.
Now let me tell you someone who goes to the club. Mary.
I actually don't agree with what you say, that when you play Harambe in a club, guys will walk out. No, I've seen guys really vibing to these old songs.
No, but this generation?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Where?
As long as they do a small remix of it.
But because you see, like with Kasongo now
making a buzz,
it plays in the club, does it not?
It does.
Right?
It does.
And if a DJ was ballsy enough to play that and a Fadili song, you think people would remain in the boogie?
The thing is,
that's an unfair question, bro.
The thing is that it has to be attached to something from today.
True.
Yeah.
Why though?
So you got to play that with Anguka now.
Yes, for it to make people actually get up and be like, let's do this. Manzi. Yeah.
Sharp.
Why?
Yeah.
Well, this is the music that set the road for the rest of us.
Bus.
And the thing is, there's so many people who don't know about these songs. That's the other thing. They don't know. People don't know of mainstream.
Right.
Harambe, and maybe Malaika, and that's it.
Nakupenda.
Malaika. Such a beautiful tune. Yeah? And
we're going to make that a Valentine song.
Yeah. And that maybe is the only song that people will just get up and you want to dance.
Right.
Malaika, and maybe...
Right.
People don't know about Jambo Sigara by Fundi Konde, which was a massive hit back then.
Did you say Pombe Sigara?
Jambo
Sigara. Where will So Boke, now you also as Malaika. Now, are you getting your friends to listen to this kind of music now? Are you appreciating the music more?
I am appreciating the music more.
Right.
And at a certain point, I sat and I was like, why didn't I start doing this sooner?
Sharp.
About making my friends appreciate it more, I feel like they would just have to come and experience the play. I personally don't like it when someone recommends something to me, like listen to this song, but when you entice someone, when you lead someone to believe that they made that decision by themselves, it's easier for them to like go along that path. And I'm not trying to sound manipulative or anything. I'm just saying How many links do you get sent a day and actually click on them?
Very few.
Yes, very few.
Right.
But if you actually develop interest for something, if you go watch the play and you're like, I jammed, I danced, I felt it, let me go listen to this song. Maybe it's like an earworm or something. And you find, this music is actually good. And now you're hooked.
Okay. So speaking of watching the play, we've got to get, Mary, her husband, and the boys to come through.
Definitely.
Me and my person and the whole production team. So tell us about the play. When do we go? We're in rehearsal now.
Yes.
So we're technical rehearsals. When are the final rehearsals, and when do we go? Curtain up.
Curtains go up on the 23rd of this month, January.
That's next week, no?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, all the way to 26th.
Okay.
The show is completely free. It's
free?
Yes. The show is free.
I heard that.
Yeah, the show is free. Just book your seats.
Wow.
The links are on the Alliance Francais page on IG.
It's like a Christmas gift.
Yes.
Timings?
6:30 p.m. For the weekdays. That's the Friday, and then Saturday.
How long does it run? 6:30
It's 6:30 to 8 p.m.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's on the weekdays. That's the Friday. Saturday, Sunday, we have 2 shows each. So 3 p.m., 6:30.
Okay.
Yes.
And where are we performing?
At the Alliance Francais.
Okay.
CBD, accessible to everyone.
All right.
Yes.
But you have to book in advance.
Yes, you have to book in advance.
Okay, and Boke, how do you book?
You click on the link on the Alliance sponsor page on Instagram.
Yeah.
There is a link. Yeah, you click on the link in their bio.
All right.
The Alliance sponsor page.
All right. Okay.
There's a link on the bio. Click on the link. There's a few steps. You have to enter your name and your email address.
Right.
And that's it.
Okay, now somebody who's of that era and they're listening to you right now, they're like, Imaneno ya link misijui. Can they just pop and then we'll be allowed in? Or that's a no?
You can pop. You can pop. But the likelihood is that the space may be filled before. Yes.
So now you see, therein lies the problem.
Yeah.
Because that demographic who wants to be like Wazee Ukumbuka, that one of doing, there's no easier way? There's no number you can call?
As it stands, that's the only procedure that has been set up.
Right.
Yes. Unless a request comes in to maybe explore other avenues.
Right.
But that is the only procedure as it stands.
Okay, but now, before we let you guys go. Yeah. So when we come through, so obviously the music takes you back to just pre and post Kenyan independence, right? So even the fashions, the dress, the wardrobe.
Yeah, the wardrobe, everything.
Yeah.
The setting of everything, the music itself, the atmosphere, the smell.
Right.
Yeah, you're going to get immersed into that world immediately.
Yeah. You're wondering what were people smelling like in 1959, 1960?
Thinking of the cigar they're talking about, I'm like,
Kina Spoto.
Essence, you know.
Yeah, Kina Spoto.
Yeah. And you have to be there.
You have to be there to experience it. A quick one. Are you looking to transform people's thinking, or are you looking to transform the industry?
We are looking to, for this particular play, the main objective is to appreciate the roots of music.
Okay.
As we remember it as well. That's the main objective. Whether or not it impacts the way you think about it, I think that's a choice at an individual level. All right, and that's the one of the points of the storytelling is that you, as the storytellers, we are going to tell the story with the objective of you having to listen. You go home and think about it.
I like that.
Yes.
Fascinating stuff, and two fascinating individuals.
Yes.
Telling us about a play that basically it premieres next week.
Yes.
On the 23rd.
On the 23rd, yes.
6:30 p.m.
Yes.
Alliance Francais.
Yes.
That's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yes.
Saturday, Sunday, we've got We've got a matinee performance.
Yes.
At what time is that? 3 p.m. Okay. And entrance is absolutely free. But the twist in the tail is you've got a book online.
Yes.
And in advance. And how do you do that again, please? Michael,
there's the Alliance Francais page on IG. Click the link on their bio.
Yebo.
African Twist tickets.
Are they not on other social platforms?
So what's happening is that Alliance Française is using a ticketing site.
Okay.
And that link guides you to that site immediately.
I love it.
Yes.
So, oh man, Boke has Malkia and Michael Mwangi. And Michael, you're going to be who again?
Fundi
Konde.
Yes.
Listen, so before you guys leave, what next for you, Boke?
What next for me?
Yes.
Look at martial arts.
What? Which? Tell me that's a title of a song. No. That's the title of the next play. This is. You want to actually go and study this now?
Yes.
Which particular martial arts?
Okay, I'm feeling judged, but
No,
jiu-jitsu.
I was about to. Let me tell you something, Mary. I saw, here on to YouTube. Then one of these betting firms,
Yes.
they had sponsored guys to do two things. Okay, now there are guys who are giving testimonials, and there's this lady who said she was just somewhere, and then a guy just came and wekelered her slap. Okay,
What?
yeah, and then now she's now a professional boxer, and I said, how random does that happen, by the way? Huh? Michael?
Yeah.
You know anyone who's just pausing, just minding your own business? And then George comes from around the corner, slap, and then the thing that you think is that a man is never going to... So you know what I'm going to do? Not jiu-jitsu, not karate, not judo. I'm going to learn to be a boxer.
You know, it happens in CBD. There's someone who goes around slapping people. So
Then he slaps, that guy slaps the wrong people. What are you talking?
true. Actually, that's very true.
You mean he survived more than 2 days?
More than years. Talking about
He
years.
survived the full day.
Yes.
And he
Hands are
just...
very docile, I think.
No. Then he knows. No, you know what? That guy is sharper than you think.
Yeah.
Can you imagine somebody? Now imagine if you tried to, for example, the day that I had, if you tried to work may I slap today, by the way?
You'll do nothing.
No. Shock.
But he'll be meeting Boke very soon.
Mr. Mwangi, what about you? So Boke is jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And that was just random. Happy New Year and resolution. I need to jiu-jitsu someone.
Well, I've been thinking about it since last year, so it's not so random.
Okay.
Is it for protection?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes, it's for protection. Yes.
There was that story can take another whole show.
If we had time ahead, I just gone to.
Yes.
We don't have mics and stuff. I would.
Oh,
but
yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just for protection.
Just for protection. There's a background story to that.
Yeah.
You know, no one paints themselves the villain.
Which is true. Mr. Mwangi,
Yeah.
what next for you?
I'm going into writing.
Right.
Well, I've been a writer.
Right.
I just want to maybe direct my focus on that this year.
Right.
Maybe
As in what? Sorry, when you talk about writing, you talk about as a novelist. Are you writing plays?
a novelist.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
It's something I've been thinking about for the past maybe 4 years.
Right.
So I just want to it's high time because
Okay.
I've done plays.
Right.
You know, it's something I've wanted to do for a long time. Just not had the know-how. Or, you know, where do you start? What do you do it? But now I have written a couple of plays here and there, and I think I can get into it.
Very nice.
Yes. So hopefully, God grant me the grace to finish it off.
And
this year.
that actually segues brilliantly into the question that we usually ask here last. So, as of now, you are, you're a Gen Z. You've now immersed yourself into the life of the baby boomers, as they were called, right? If you wrote a book, what would be the title of your life story today?
The boy can fly.
That gives me R. Kelly vibes. Why? What?
Yeah.
Why the boy can fly?
Oh my God. Oh my God. What?
Why?
Now,
I believe I can fly. Okay.
Oh my God, so far.
yeah.
Why the boy can fly?
Regardless of the things that have happened in my things I've seen, the things I've heard, things have happened to me, things would otherwise have led me into paths that are not very, very, very favorable.
Sharp.
Exactly. So it's I'm still here dreaming, man. I'm still here living and smiling every day, and that in itself is a gift. So regardless of all the things that are going on in your life that may be turning you down minute by minute, second by second, you can fly.
I like that.
Fly. Yeah.
So so your glass half full, not half empty.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. What would your title be?
Oh, I'm writing. Okay, I'm an author. The Sound of Silence.
Come on.
Yeah. The Sound of Silence.
Because of why?
Because every day when you wake up, there's thoughts in your head. There's a lot of things you have to do. There's so much noise, even though you don't realize it. You barely have seconds of silence. You barely have time to sit down and think about something that's deeper and more meaningful to you. Because I don't know, there's so much noise. But when you find that silence, even for just a second, the sound of it is beautiful.
Come on. And Glass, you the optimist or the pessimist?
Varies depending on situation, but I believe myself to be more of an optimist.
Sharp. Mary, I've got to ask, where when she says, when Boke says, there's so much happening in the head, there's so much noise.
Yes.
Do you have those people, like George, good cop, bad cop, that talk to you in your kyongos?
Of course, all the time.
Do they have names?
No, not yet. I just imagine an angel and the devil. Yeah? No
Naming
names.
them is extreme.
I don't have imaginary friends in my head. No. But about the noise, I get it.
You get the noise.
Too much information, too much noise.
Do you think it is wrong to name them, like instead of angel and the devil, call one Steve Urkel and then the other one Will Smith?
Do you have those? Are you trying to confess
No.
something?
Apana.
Are you
He
confessing
No.
something?
No.
He is.
Listen.
He is.
No. It is that my wife. You said you, by the way, the good guy is called Steve Urkel. That other one, you see, like the devil, Satan, that was talking to me when I entered the studio.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. That one, I'm still to give him a name. I think, but I'm leaning towards Oscar.
So the good one is Steve?
Yeah. You know Steve Urkel?
No.
Okay, Google. It's the Urkel show. Steve Urkel. It's called Family Matters. A nerd
okay.
proper.
Okay.
Yeah. So, guys, thank you so much for coming through. Baba, did you get that song? It was. Ebu just talked to me. What was the song we said? It was called what?
Lipa Code.
Harambe.
Harambe.
And what was the artist?
Harambe Daudi Kabaka.
Daudi Kabaka. Ne?
Yes.
There we have it. Very good. So we're gonna play out with that particular song. So we'll see you next week. We should make it a whole big family affair because you book it.
Yes.
And then we'll all go. So but we'll go on the weekend, of course.
Weekend,
Yeah.
yes. We Saturday, Sunday.
Alternative route for tickets,
Yes.
still online.
Yeah.
Tickettailor.com. You'll find African Twist.
Tickettailor.com.
.com. Yes, that's easier route.
Michael?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, thank you so very much. You guys learned the dances as well, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, can we get you to dance?
If they play the music.
But I'm going to play the song now.
Sure.
That's what Transformational Thursday is all about. Michael, Boke, asante sana.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
That is the song, so the stage is over there. So are you live streaming this, Papa? Oh, very good. That was absolutely brilliant. Good job, guys.
A little something.
Yeah. That is what it's all about. Asante sana.